Hey friend, John MacLennan here, and in this video you're going to learn how to play Cover Me as recorded by Bruce Springsteen on guitar. Now I already posted a lesson that goes through the rhythm parts for the entire song, so make sure to check that out if you haven't seen it yet. I'll link it up down below, but in today's video we're going to go through the lead parts and just talk about soloing over this chord progression, and I'm going to show you some of those awesome note-for-note licks that you can steal and add into your own playing to level up your lead guitar. Before we jump in though, I want to hook you up with a gift right away. If you're new here, make sure to download my fretboard guide at the first link down below. And this is going to show you the 5 must-know chords and scales that I use to play in any style, anywhere on the neck. And this is a system that actually is going to come in really handy, especially today when we start talking about like a pentatonic scale that goes over this chord progression, and that's going to help you start getting into soloing and just learning how to improvise like what we hear on these awesome classic recordings. So grab your copy, just go to johnmaclennan.com/fretboard guide or use the first link down below. All right, well with that said, let's break down this solo. Let's break down how to play the opening solo to Cover Me as recorded by Bruce Springsteen on guitar. Let me play it for you first, and then I'll break it down. Here's what it sounds like. A 1 and 2 and 3. All right, so we've got some tasty licks here coming out of the B minor pentatonic scale. And the chord progression that this is happening over for the intro is a B minor to a D to an A. So we're going. And the solo starts out all the way up here with this first lick. It's got a great kind of big jump to it here, and it's very bluesy. We're going to start out on the 10th fret of the first string. Then we'll skip to the 9th fret of the 3rd string and bend that note up a whole step. And then we'll finish on the 7th fret of the 1st string. That's the first lick. So 1, 2, and 3. 3 and 4 and 1. So you land on that note. That is the note B on the downbeat when the band is playing B minor. So, and those notes there come right out of this B minor pentatonic. If you're familiar with that pattern here, this is a great lick that you can again associate with this chord B minor or the B minor pentatonic scale. Here's the lick. So instead of just playing the scale, like, sounds cooler if you mix it up and you play something like, and then you go back up to that 10th fret, but you play a bluesy bend. So you hit it, and then you just give it like a little pull. Kind of sounds like Albert King or something. He would do that a lot. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, so it comes on beat 4. That 2, 3 and 4. Then you rest right after. So then my strum hand comes down and I rest on the strings. Then we have this next lick. This is definitely a bluesy sound here. We've now moved up, so instead of this position, we're in the next position here. I call this the E shape here for, or you could think of this B minor chord here, which would be the D shape for B minor, if you're thinking in like a caged system. So you start on that root note there, that's the note B, and you go 12, 10, that's 10 on the first string, then you give a bend on 12, up a whole step. And then again. So 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a... It's on the and a 4. And then you drop it down. You can do a pull off. So it's like you fall down and then you pull off to 10. So that 12 is bent up and then you fall down to the pull off. So that's that lick there. It's a tough lick. And then you do a bluesy bend. Okay, I love that there. That is back up to 12 on the first string, whole step up, down, and then a pull off. It's basically like what we did, but now faster. And then you finish on that 12th fret of the second string. It's just a great little lick right there. So that's putting both of those licks together. So from the top, 1 and 2 and 3. Then we finish with some familiar material here. You may have noticed there's a little motif playing the same thing, kind of just down on lower strings, basically down the octave. You hear that in there. So what I played was 10 on the first string, then 12, 10 on the second string. And then you jump down to 9 on the third string, bend it up, and then do that lick that we played. There's your motif. So we have that here on the 12th fret of the first string. That pattern, now we're gonna literally copy paste it, but we're down the octave. And this creates like a little theme. It kind of connects the solo and basically is like restating the same thing, but in another octave. You know, you hear that all the time. Right? You can just shift those positions and now you're getting more mileage out of the same lick. But it doesn't feel like, oh, there's that same old lick again. It's just cool, it works. So that's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and a 1. So the lick before that, connecting in with this one. And then the whole thing all together goes 1 and 2 and 3. So practice that. You want to be able to get those bends to the pull-offs and get it sounding clean. It takes quite a bit of hand strength to be able to get all that. And then you can add the vibrato there, which is what I'm doing when I'm sitting on a note. I'm just shaking it, yeah. Giving it sort of a vocal quality. So all together now with the chords, here's what it sounds like. 1 and 2 and 3. Congrats on making it through these licks. Be sure to give your hands a break if they need a little rest. You know, if you're not used to doing a lot of those string bends and things, your hands will actually feel kind of like they went to the gym. So make sure to not overdo it, but you do have to develop bending strength. So take your time with that and just take a break if you need to and then come back, but keep working on it. Don't worry, you've got this. If it doesn't sound like it right away, just keep practicing. And to help you even more, make sure to download my fretboard guide at the first link down below. And this is going to show you the 5 must-know chords and scales that I use to play in any style, anywhere on the neck. So this is a full system. Here in today's video, we kind of covered this area of the guitar, but what if you wanted to solo in other areas of the guitar and you don't want to get lost? You got to get this guide. Just go to johnmaclennan.com/fretboard guide or use the first link down below. Also, before you go, I want to hear from you. What was a moment in this video where something clicked and you were able to see maybe how the scales connect with the chords, or how bending works and how to get a certain sound, whether it's like pull-offs or doing things like that? Let me know down below. As always, thanks for your support with the videos, and we'll see you in another one real soon.